My podcasts are on all the audio platforms, but should I be posting it on YouTube? Let's talk about it. You're listening to Practical Podcast Tips. My name's Amber Beals, and today I'm going to cover tip number 22. Should I upload my podcast to YouTube? So I know some of you may be thinking, well, my podcast is audio. It's just audio. I don't like being in front of a camera. I hardly like the sound of my voice. You're lucky I even have a podcast. Well, yes. Podcasting was originally as an audio only medium. Most people it was a radio talk show. That's what it was based off of. And basically having your own radio talk show that you don't need a network to be on. It's a free network platform, being on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, Google, wherever you upload and listen to podcasts, that's where you are. Now, podcast episodes are on average longer than videos, right? I mean, the average podcast episode is around 45 minutes long. That's the average. So, there's going to be podcasts that are, anywhere between like ours, which is, 3 to 8 minutes, to like Joe Rogan, which is 3 hours. So it really has the flexibility to be any length you want. But with YouTube videos, with this generation, we don't really like to sit still or watch a video for more than 5 minutes because that's just how we are. And that's kind of what we expect from a YouTube video, not so much with podcasting. That's why podcasting is so great, because when you go to listen to a podcast episode, typically you are expecting to listen to a 30-minute plus podcast and you are willing to listen to it. But with YouTube, it's not always like that. I mean, maybe if you're watching a Let's Play, it could be a little longer, but on average, YouTube videos are a lot shorter in nature. And YouTube is, kind of like your big brother. They are a little strict. And when I say little, I mean a lot. They have like a 3-strike policy that if you mess up 3 times, that's it. You're out. No more account, no more access to your old videos. You're done. And that can be a little scary because, I know people who build their entire business on YouTube. And, if something happens, they lose that entire audience. There's people who make tens of thousands of dollars monthly from having their YouTube channel and being able to monetize it, and YouTube pays them. But if you do something wrong and you lose your account, that's it. Like, that's your audience. That was your income. The beauty about podcasting is it's on multiple platforms. If you get kicked out of Apple, you're still going to have Spotify. You're still going to have Google. You're still going to have Amazon, all the other places where podcasts are listened to. There's like 18 plus of them. There's a ton of platforms that you can listen from. So you don't really have that fear when you have an audio-only podcast. Now, I've listed the cons, but my answer to should you upload your podcast to YouTube is actually a yes. And the reason why is because what's the reason of having your podcast? Why do you have one? Is it for a hobby? Is it to extend your reach of your message? Maybe you're a coach. Maybe you are trying to provide value to as many people as you can. And if you have the opportunity to put it on an extra platform, do it. That means that you're just going to reach more and more people, and you're going to reach a visual audience on YouTube. And that's important because some people, they listen better by hearing. Some people are, they learn better by doing. And some people, they learn better by watching. They're more visual. And say you have an audio-only podcast, you can still make a video from that. There are audiograms you can make which take your audio and it creates like a little visualizer, little waveforms. And maybe you could put a picture of you. If you had a guest, put a picture of your guest, and bam, you have a YouTube video. And I think that's really important. If you're comfortable, it would be better to record when you record your episodes to do both video and audio. That way you can just strip the audio from your video, put that on all the audio platforms, and then take the video and put it on YouTube. That's kind of the best of both worlds. Then you're repurposing your content and you're getting it out to more people. And that is really important, especially if you are a coach or you are a professional that are trying to get your message out there to extend your reach to a global audience. Well, some of that audience may not be listening to podcasts, but maybe they stumble upon it on YouTube and then they find your podcast and then they start listening to it that way. YouTube is a tremendous lead generation tool. If people go onto your page and they see, wow, this person has 50 videos. What they don't know is that all those videos are your podcast episodes that you were doing anyway. But they go onto your channel and they see all these videos. They're going to be, wow, they're going to think, wow, this person is so established and they're stable and they're consistent. They must be big. I'm going to watch some of their videos. So it gives that appearance of being, successful and stable in your posting. And you know what? It's not that much harder to do. You're already recording your episodes. Just flip on the video camera and record yourself. Or make that visualizer, like I said, like that audiogram that covers the entire episode. It's not that much harder. And you're already uploading it to your publisher. Just go onto YouTube and upload it there and schedule it there. It's not that much. It's like an extra 3 minutes to do that. Not that much harder. And you extend your audience by a lot by doing that. And, you don't want to keep your audience on YouTube. Encourage them to go visit your podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, wherever it is that you want them to go to. Make that your call to action on your YouTube channel so that they're not just stuck on YouTube. And eventually you get them into your email list, and then you have an audience that you have their email list, and no one can take that away from you. So that's what I got to say about YouTube. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. We love interaction. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode. Hey, thanks for listening. If you like this episode, please feel free to leave us a review. It really helps out the show. And I'd love to hear how it helped. Also, if you know someone else that could benefit from it, go ahead and share it with them. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next episode.